All right, ladies and gentlemen, you understand me. The show I got today is, the show I have today is dedicated, well, I'm a day like this here. I had to celebrate this win for London Breed. I've been behind London Breed for a long time, and it's time for a change. And her being mayor, I know a lot of these people didn't want her to be mayor, because I know this gentrification is hurting a lot of these people. They want to see that Leno guy in there. You know what I'm saying? I have nothing against him being gay. It's just that he wasn't going to do much for the black people. And we knew this. It's not as many black people as it was at one time, but it's really a great thing, a great day for London to win. And she's someone that's been in the ghetto and raised in the Western Addition. And she's someone that we really need in office that understands the people of lower economy, lower economics, you know, people in opposition dealing with people with low housing and all this type of stuff. It's good that she made it, and I'm congratulating her on being the new mayor of San Francisco, breaking history. You know, first black woman to be mayor. That's a historical event. And I know Willie Brown and everybody else is proud of her, just as I am, very proud of London Breed. I've been following her for when she was a mayor. I mean, not mayor, when she was supervisor, president supervisor, and way beyond that. And it's really wonderful that she can step up to the plate and actually surpass this here. I know the white people, like I said, are going to be upset because there's a lot of them that weren't for her. Because the city is getting very prejudiced, and it's getting, this gentrification came in. And it's not only that they're prejudiced about the color of people's skin, it's really a prejudice about the level of their finances. If you're poor in San Francisco, there's a discrimination right there that discriminates you more so than if you're black and you're a yuppie and you're up there in the you know, the .com world, you know, where you can afford to come here and fit in with the white people that's buying everything. If you're black and you're on that level, well, then you're thinking like a white person. And it's sorry to say, but that's the way it is. You hang with whites, you deal with whites, you know, you're in that economical, you know, level. And a lot of times your mate is white. You know, if you're a woman, you got a white man. If you're a black man, you got a white woman. And it's just that, you know, you're not really black in culture, you're just black in skin. So really your votes and everything go toward the white people. You're fitting in with the white race. Sorry to say. But we happen to win this one, and that's going to keep us on level ground as far as the foundation in the city is going to give us an edge so we can be getting affordable housing and we can have things our way, just like Mayor Lee did for his people. When he was mayor, he made sure housing and all that low-income housing and all that stuff was prevalent for his people. He made sure that was something that he did. You understand? And that's what London Breed should actually do and will do. Me knowing her personally, she is going to help the people. Because she's in there now, so she can do that. You understand? And that's what people don't not understand, that is something that's going to happen. You know, it's like an automatic reaction. People do what they can do. When they come from the neighborhood, they're going to do for the neighborhood. It's just the way it is, you understand? And I'm glad and proud for that reason alone. You know, despite when she was running up to be re-supervised, when they tried to take her position as president supervisor several years back, I was right there in the front row with that, dealing with that. And I seen the tension and the racism and all that went down. So I was really surprised when she made this, before she came this way, and actually made it, you understand me, to be mayor. Because she had a challenge, being in this city, the way this city is now. This city is nothing like it used to be. Nothing like it was. There's not that many blacks in the city. They're Xing them out, they're taking them to Oakland, different places where they can't vote. They're in Stockton, Oakland, Vallejo, Antioch, anywhere but here where they can vote. But we still did it. In spite of all that, we was able to handle the adversity to get us to the seat of greater benefit. By us doing that and climbing over that stump, we got it made now. We got it made in San Francisco. We got a tote in. Because I've been up by London Beach side for the longest, like I said. We was trying to get Yoshis and get all these different things going before she was mayor. When she was head supervisor, you understand me, of the district over there in the Fillmore. When we was dealing with that. And she did the best she could at that time to make things happen. You understand? And now her being mayor, things are being affected. You can believe that? It's about to change. And that's a beautiful thing under these circumstances. And that's something you got to commend her on. You know, being the best for the job and winning it like that. It's really a beautiful thing. Because I've been supporting her, like I said, from the gate for many years, and I'm glad that she came up for to win this here and to be mayor. That is a beautiful thing. And I just want to congratulate her again. If she's not seeing this show, somebody will see it, and let her know, because I know she knows, because I let her know. But I'm letting her know I'm putting it on TV, so it's out there. And I'm really proud of her, and congratulations, London Breed, again, for a wonderful job. Because you have done that. And you continuously keep making the black people proud in San Francisco. And that's all we can ask for, you understand me? We couldn't be prouder of you representing us in a proper way, making us all proud. To have a black mayor that illustrates etiquette, quality, style, and all the things that we would want into a black woman. That represents us in this city. We couldn't ask for nothing more. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave on that subject and get to the fact that people always ask me, and they ask me all the time. I'm segueing this into another subject, dealing with Smiley, which I dedicate this show to. Because Smiley is the one, they always ask me. They say, you make me happy the way you dress, the way you look. You know what I mean? Ladies, dude asked me this the other day. Said I make them happy. Right? They feel happy when they see me. I wear these colors and all these nice things. And I'm matching all the way sharp every day. Well, I have to dedicate that. And Smiley responsible for the fact that he was my mentor. He gave me the 3-color rule, a rule that said, you don't wear no more than 3 colors. You know, one day when I used to see him, when I first come back from New York, about 15 years ago, before I was dressing all the time. But there was a period where I started dressing jogging suits and getting comfortable. And when I did that, I was wearing jogging suits, matching them up and doing like I do. And it was always clean, sharp. So when I went to New York, I came back, I seen the hustlers. In New York being sharp and being clean, I said, when I get back to California, since this is what I got to represent as an elder hustler and a player, I got to upgrade my suits and my wardrobe and start wearing suits every day. Not just on occasions like some people do. I got to do it every day. The only one I know that did that was Smiley. He was singing and dancing in front of Fifth Avenue. Wearing them nice long pinstripe suits. I got one just like his. And a few of them just like his. I got them because I liked them and they looked good on him and I wanted them to look like him. Because he was sharp head to toe, shoes and everything. As I do now. But this time I was just breaking into the game. I go up there to see him. I buy a suit like the one he had, and I went up there to see him. I had it all hooked up. I go up there. First thing he said was, "You got too many colors in that tie." You know, he said the tie had too many colors in it. I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Brother, you got too many colors in that tie." After that, that was the first and the last time I need anybody to tell me how to put my shit together. My ties and clothes. After that, my own cleanness and instinct came in. At one time when he told me that, I got the picture. It didn't take me one time for him to tell me that. When he told me that one time, I got the 3-color rule, and then I put it down to 2 colors. Most of the time I wear 2 colors. Occasionally I can get away with 3, but I usually put 2 down. You understand me? And I've been doing it ever since, and that was like 15 years ago when I got back in the dressing game. When people ask me, they see me. They say, "You know Smiley," whatever. He's my mentor. He passed me the torch. Willie Brown made him ambassador of the city, right? Gave him the key to the city and all that. He passed me the torch. You understand? How we got so close after that, I used to listen to him. And I liked the way people admired him. You know what I mean? They really admired him, man. White folks that had money admired that dude. He was in The Pursuit of Happiness. He was in that movie. Will Smith put him on the payroll. Made sure he had money. Every money he had a check. You understand me? For that one movie he was in with Will Smith. The man was just a remarkable fella. I'm on Broadway, me and my friend Pretty Boy. I'm walking by this art studio. Now, when I'm walking by the art studio, I look in there, I see Smiley's picture painted when he had a purple suit on. And the lady said, "You know him?" I said, "Yeah, I know him." You know, I explained to her about him. He's my friend and all this and that. This is when Smiley was sick. He wasn't getting around too much. He was in a wheelchair and everything. Pretty Boy, my partner, he was a hater. I'm not gonna lie. He was a straight hater. He didn't have compassion in his heart. He was jealous of other people. Anybody doing better than him, he didn't want to be around him because he was intimidated by success. Me, I'm the other way around. I'm gracious, and I appreciate anybody that's doing better than me, anybody that I can learn from. I'm going to be around them because it helps me grow. I get something out of it by the knowledge that I get that they share with me and the way they act, which I incorporate into my behavior. So what happened was, I told my partner, I said, "Man, we're going to go see Smiley if I got to pay you to go down over there and get him. Because this is what the lady told me when I went in there. Pretty boy didn't even go inside. He stayed outside. I went inside the store. When I went inside the store and told the people I knew him and everything, they said, we were looking for him. Can you bring him over here? We sold a painting of his for a couple $1,000, and we wanted to give him $600. I want to give him what we owe for the painting. We want to help him out. Do you know the next morning I went to Smiley, paid Pretty Boy to go get Smiley and take Smiley to that shop so he can reunite with those people that know him. Because they lost touch with him when he stopped dancing because he wasn't being at Saks Fifth Avenue no more. So they had lost touch with him, so they didn't know where to find him. So I reunited him with them, right? Then they gave him a party. They went to his thing, his hotel, went over there, went outside, the bar across the street where we had the big party. They gave him a big party. They gave Smiley a big party. Over there at the bar right directly across the street from him. Dudes that gave him suits, he had all kind of stuff. He had a lot of people that admired him and loved him, right? And the thing about him was, when he retired, he's one of the only person I know that stayed in his disease until he died. He stayed in his disease, getting high and doing all that. He didn't clean himself up. He did that. Everybody can't do that. Or they'll be in the early grave. He lived to be 80-something. 83, 84, whatever. Still in his disease. You know what I'm saying? That's the way he wanted to go out. But he had been all over the world. He was selling Jet magazine when he was a kid. He was going to places. He was going to places deep in Canada, deep in Minnesota, places where no blacks would be there. He was the only black in the whole country. And a hustler at that. I mean, you had to have heart to do that back in those days, in the 30s and 40s. You know, you hustling like that. Before hustlers even knew what hustling was. You know, even people like Fillmore Slim and people like that had to take their hat off to him. They didn't know that man had one hoe. He had for like 30 years. His wife was a dancer. She was a hoe, you know, she was a hoe. You understand me? But he didn't brag about it. He didn't say nothing about it. She did a thing. They raised kids together. She stuck with him. You understand? And the man was a remarkable dude. He could have wrote a book and had been one of the slickest books out. Because he was a true player, 100% player. And see, I knew this because I was around him. And I knew quality and I know caliber of players. Because I'm 100% in the game, right? So when I listened and talked to him, all it could do is enhance my ability as a player. You know, how to be fair, how to have players' grace, go in the club, buy everybody a drink, do all that, have sport in you. He had all that. He was a top flight player, top of the line. You understand me? The way he looked is the way he acted. Boisterous and courageous. The way he looked is the way he acted. You understand? And knocking bras was nothing to him. Because he had it. It was natural charisma. You know, something that he had. You know, people say, you got a swagger. He had swagger before they had a name for it, way in the day. And I got mine a lot from him. I had some already. Don't get me wrong, I had a lot of swagger and all that too. But I picked up some things from him. You understand? Which made me even sharper. So you know you got to get sharper or you're going to get dumber. See? And that's one thing about me. I always got around sharper people so I could learn how to be a better player and be better in the game. Because that transcends when you get out the game. Then when you're in the square world, you could do that. Just like Smiley. He got out the playing and pimping and stuff, and he got to entertaining. He was entertaining with Jackie Wilson, Sam Cooke back in the day. He did all that. So he was slash entertainer, hustler, player. He did that because blacks didn't have opportunity then, so they had to play. The chicken circuit and all that kind of stuff. They played that just like Fillmore Slim. He played music and did all that. See? He was a player on that level, you understand, still playing. But only Smiley had more class and was more polished and more around white people. He was more around uppity white people than any player I know that was in the game. That was around white people. He had so many white people with money. The Saks Fifth Avenue let him dance around there in front. Do you know Saks Fifth Avenue ran on Union Square? Man, that's one of the richest neighborhoods and the funniest places where that man was getting money every day. Hundreds of dollars. You understand me? Every day. In that particular game, at the end of the game. And rich white women was loving him. One rich white man said, look, he bought the painting, a picture of a picture Smiley had, and he wanted Smiley to sign it. He gave Smiley a lot of money for that, just for signing the picture, because he said his wife used to come down there and see him every day before she passed away. He was her inspiration. You understand me? Now that's a player, man. That's a real player, a player that can have that effect on women. The way Smiley had that effect on the women. You know, a lot of people didn't know this because he was modest. He didn't do a lot of talking. I used to go to his house and sit up there and talk to him for hours. And my partner, Pretty Boy, said, man, where you going to Smiley? Why you doing? And I wasn't getting high. I just like to be around there and listen to the game. Him and a player named Jason. Them the only two players I know that went back, that far back where they was in all them parts of Canada, Alaska, deep in there where no white people, no black people was at. They'd be the only blacks in the country back in those days. Them niggas had heart, man. Them brothers had a lot of heart. And I used to sit around there and listen to them. Because I didn't do near as much as what they did. But I wasn't no slouch. I did what I had to do and I went where I had to go. But they paved the way for players like me. And I did go and take advantage of going places and doing things. But they opened the doors for people like me to play and be able to go in there and have it my way. Because they set the groundwork way before they were the first blacks, the pioneers, to do that, to play during cross-country playing. Really play cross-country playing before it was illegal to do it. When they was lynching niggas, they was even lynching niggas back then. You can be doing something and end up missing. Them niggas had heart though. Them niggas wasn't scared. Them black men were not scared. And I said that to subway that when I say that about Smiley and all that, don't you know, that's just like now, look how far we come. We've had black president. San Francisco, we got a black female mayor. That just go to show you anything is possible. You understand? And London Breed come out the projects and all that. So you see adversity, see the greater benefit. You understand? When you can go through adversity and succeed, and in the eyes of the white folks be accepted, and for them to elect you, you know it had to be the white people, the good white people in the city to elect her. You understand? Because it ain't that many of us. It ain't that many of us, so it wasn't us alone. It was the white people that really believe in her. See? And that's the same thing why I say it's a parallel between Smiley and all these different, Willie Brown and all these people that were black that made marks in the city. You understand? You know what I mean? That's why I decided to dedicate the show to Smiley, because he was one that Willie Brown gave him the key to the city. You understand? And made him ambassador of the city. And passing me the torch, Smiley passed it to me before he passed away. He gave me the crown. He said, look, man, you're doing a job, you understand? You keep doing what you're doing, you understand? You represent me like I do. To be the best you can be as far as dressing, you understand me? And keep that three-color rule going. You're there, and that's exactly what I've done ever since. And he's been gone for about 5 years now. You understand? But it's like this here. You got to look up to somebody, or you won't look up to nobody. You know, you got to have somebody greater than you that you can pattern your style and things after, that did it before you and give them the respect and honor and keep going straight. And everybody else will praise you. like they praise Smiley, you understand? And that's what I tried to get some of my friends that were jealous and hating. I tried to explain to them that you got to respect that man. You understand me? Even though you might not like him, because he might have done some things with you that you didn't approve of, but you were the one that got tacky with it. He was a gentleman about that. Because everything he did it with class and style. He knew how to keep that class and style in it. And that's why he was well respected. From the highest people in the city. Will Smith, like I said, gave that man a contract, paid him, you understand me? The Screen Actors Guide made him a member, and then made that man so he got paid every month. He got a check every month out of one movie that paid him handsomely. And Will Smith did that for him. So you got to get people like that, winners. Be around winners, you understand me, be respecting you. He was in the newspaper before I was in the newspaper. The man put him in the newspaper about his dressing. I did an article on him, right? The same guy did an article on me. And when he was doing my article, he asked me about Smiley. You know what I did? He was interviewing me. I could have been selfish and just said, this is my time. No. I took the man toward my interview. I took the time after he did my story. I took him to Smiley's and reconnected him with Smiley. So he did another article on Smiley. You understand? I gave him the credit to who my mentor was and who made me who I was. Why I was there to see you in the newspaper. I took him over there to Smiley's place. See, man, I was fair in the game. Man, I'm fair to the game 100%. When Fillmore Slim was trying to get his movie off the ground, he wanted Will Smith to finance and publish the movie and produce it. Man, I took him over there to Smiley's. And they was going to work some details out. Evidently, something didn't go down. But anyway, I did my part. I went over there, you understand me, and told him, hey, let's get this going. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, man, I'm not a hater, and I'm not selfish, and I share the glory, you understand? Because, hey, that's what it's all about. Share the glory, you understand? They're qualified, to people that are qualified, you know? Not no riffraff, not no haters, not no half-steppers, but to somebody that's qualified to hold their own and be on top of their game. Somebody that's on top of their game. When you're on top of your game, you can't lose. When you're on top of your game. And that's why I said this show is congratulations to London Breed, and also dedicated to Smiley. Because he was a heck of a dude. He handled his business, did what he's supposed to do, and the best he can be. He did that. You understand me? He really did it. And I just want to make sure everybody knows that about that man. Because he is not no joke. He was not no joke, in other words. Rest in peace, Smiley. And congratulations to you, London Breed. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to close my show because I just want to talk enough to let you know that, hey, you got to follow somebody or you'll fall for anything. If you don't follow somebody to climb to the top, you'll end up on the bottom, you understand me? Because you can't figure it out yourself. You got to have somebody show you the way, especially when you're young, making the mistakes and doing all that. You're going to do that. But when you get to a certain age, you got to use your sense and follow their lead. Because they didn't get where they're at. They didn't get where they're at in life by an accident. You know what I'm saying? They experienced it some way or another. They either went to the joint, they was in alcoholism or whatever they went through, and they cleaned up. You understand me? They had to go through some adversity to get to see the greater benefit. And all you got to realize is that you got to grasp. You may have to hit rock bottom, but you don't have to. But most people don't just listen to what somebody says. They got to experience it. That's when you really get it. Because if it was easy, everybody would do it. You understand? So it ain't going to be easy. Because when you get something easy, you don't appreciate it. You don't get that hunger. You got to be hungry. You understand me? And stay positive. And drive. And when you get the experience, that's what takes you to the top. Experience takes you to the top. You understand me? So you got to experience it. You got to get out there in the life and play right. That's how you got to do it. And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to see you next week on my show. I'm not sure what it's going to be talking about, but it's going to be a good show. Believe me. And like I tell you young people, you wear your pants any way you want to, just as long as they're clean and smell good and have manners and know how to treat ladies with respect. Thank you so, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.